I want to know what sport was invented in Massachusetts.
Thumb hockey.
So baseball, basketball?
You're totally right.
No way.
Yeah, way. And here's for a bonus. There was another sport that was also invented in Massachusetts.
Highlight. Highlight.
No.
What is that?
Highlight?
Hey, I'm Lauren Kashan. Maybe you know me from the Museum of Science, where I spend a lot of my time wrangling snakes and programming our musical Tesla coils to play lightning versions of Taylor Swift songs. Maybe you know me from my Warped Tour era when I was a metalcore vocalist, or maybe you're meeting me right now, here on the Innovation Trail. In this video series, I'm taking you with me as we explore the science, technology, the startups, and the social movements that all started right here in Massachusetts, both before and after we helped to kick off the American Revolution. Everyone knows about the Boston Tea Party and the shot heard round the world, but you might not know how much Massachusetts has shaped the sporting world of today. Looking for an indoor activity that could keep his students occupied during those long New England winters, James Naismith, a physical education director working at the YMCA in Springfield, invented basketball using 2 peach baskets and a soccer ball. His original 13 rules emphasized sportsmanship and were designed to foster teamwork, passing, and ball movement. But when games got too physical for some of the YMCA's members, one of Naismith's former students, William Morgan, created volleyball for those looking for an indoor game that was a little less rough. And speaking of rough, modern football also took form in Massachusetts. The Oneida Football Club was the first organized team to play any kind of football in the United States in 1862. The team was made up of students from Boston's prep schools, and they played on the Boston Common from 1862 to 1865, during which time they reportedly never lost a game. Veterans of the Oneida Club later formed the football club at Harvard. This is the Harvard Football Stadium, and as it was built in 1903, that makes it one of the oldest collegiate facilities in the country. As the rules of football were evolving, people were trying to come up with some ways to make it a little less dangerous. And one of the ideas was to make the field wider to reduce collisions. But this stadium is a giant horseshoe-shaped coliseum made of concrete, so there was no wiggle room to make the field inside the stadium wider. So that is why football fields are still exactly 160 feet wide today. So instead, President Teddy Roosevelt got involved in the conversation. That's because his son was on the Harvard football team, so he had some skin in the game about making it a lot less dangerous. What they came up with was the forward pass. And that actually made the game a lot more open and strategic and turned it into the game that we all know and love today. We cannot talk about Massachusetts without talking about baseball. And the first ever modern World Series was played in Boston in 1903 with the Boston Pilgrims, now known as the Red Sox, playing against the Pittsburgh Pirates and beating them 5-3. This is the pitcher's mound where this guy, Cy Young, pitched a perfect game.
Die-hard Sox fan for 40 plus years. Absolutely love the Red Sox no matter how they're doing, good or bad. This is heaven.
Massachusetts also played a key role in the foundation of our most refined sport. We're at Franklin Park, the second oldest public golf course in the country. This is where the first golf ball was hit in America by a man named George Wright. He was sent a golf club and a golf ball from a friend in Scotland. This is also where the first modern golf tee made of wood and rubber was invented by an Arlington dentist by the name of George Grant. He'd gotten really fed up with having to tee off of big mounds of messy sand. And speaking of first, in the hockey world, Willie O'Ree was the first black player in the NHL, playing with the Boston Bruins from 1958 to 1961, and he's sometimes called the Jackie Robinson of hockey. Because all of these athletes needed different kinds of footwear to meet the demands of all of these new sports, the Converse rubber shoe company developed a skid-resistant shoe, the Converse Non-Skid All-Star. Today, we would call it a high top. One of their best salespeople was a semi-professional basketball player named Charles Chuck Taylor. He suggested improvements to the shoe, and in 1922, it was relaunched as the Chuck Taylor All-Star. Since then, more than 1 billion pairs of Converse shoes have been sold. From its innovative beginnings in basketball to its prominence in skateboarding and music and fashion and entertainment, today Chuck Taylor continues to stand as a global icon. Red Auerbach won 11 championships out of 13 years coaching the Celtics. His teams were good. So good, when he knew the game was over and his team was up, he would just light up a victory cigar right there on the bench. That's 18 titles in all. It's kind of poetic that the team with the most titles is also from the state where the game was invented. I'm having this one for number 19. I'm now standing on the finish line of the world's oldest annual marathon, the Boston Marathon. It was founded in 1897, actually inspired by the Summer Olympics that happened the year before. And it still threads its way from Hopkinton to Back Bay every single year on the same weekend in mid-April that the American Revolution actually started. And let's not forget our hometown men's soccer team, one of the founding 10 teams that launched the MLS in 1996. We named it the New England Revolution. Follow this series on YouTube and Instagram to catch all of the episodes.